What's up, everybody, and welcome to Sarasota. Despite this looking like a really nice neighborhood, it's actually plagued with crime because not too far away from here is a homeless camp that's getting evicted, and this is a wild scene right here. All right, guys, so we were able to get permission from the workers to show you guys what's going on here quickly, but we got to be quick because they're working. So they're working over there. We're going to stay out of their way. So we got permission so I can show you guys what's going on here. And again, these guys are doing a very important work of cleaning up this mess. But let's go through here real quick and see what type of garbage these people are leaving behind. You can see here there's a really fancy chandelier of some sort. I'm sure this is, what the crap, dude? Like chandeliers. And again, we're right in front of the workers. They told us we have 5 minutes to check out what's going on here. Tractor tires. So stuff like this could hurt the workers, you know? They're coming here to clean this stuff up. And what an absolute mess, guys, in the heart of Sarasota. And I'm sure if we looked around, there'd be needles. These guys are doing a lot of dumpster diving, so they're finding cool stuff. So there's a safe right here of some sort. I don't know what the crap that is. Hockey cards of some sort. Whole collection. Lots of dumpster diving, guys. Dumpster diving is what feeds these places, and there's spray paint cans all over the place. Spray paint cans, quite a mess. All this garbage on this site, and I'm sure we'll find needles if we look hard enough. Now over there are some nice new mobile homes. It's game over for these homeless people because this homeless camp is getting torn the crap out. Game over. You can see some wine bottles. They're back here drinking wine. Damage and destruction these people have caused to this property. It's going to cost thousands of dollars to clean this crap up. Look at this, guys. This is in the heart of Sarasota right here. Look at this crap. All this garbage right here is literally on the side of the road. Now, the homeless people have been dragging stuff to the other side of the street over here, trying to save what they can because the work crews are in here already. So somebody's been trying to stash stuff over here. You can see that they stashed a really nice bicycle in the woods right there. Working. Time for the homeless camp to go. You can actually smell this homeless camp. Like, as they're digging this stuff up, you can smell the wet carpet and wet clothes. Now, this particular homeless camp, I've never been inside of it, but I have driven past it. This is MOK right here, and I drive past it all the time as I'm working. And this is the type of homeless camp where there's people in and out all day. Like, I've literally been out here at 3 in the morning Uber driving and almost hit somebody. Gang-related graffiti. There used to be an old abandoned house on the corner of this lot. The Jordan logo, which sometimes is related to a Venezuelan group, which is, I might be wrong on this. So here we are in Lockwood Ridge, which is just full of homeless camps. This is one of many innumerable homeless camps in the vicinity here. It isn't just one, but so imagine the people that live in these properties over here, that behind their house they have all these homeless camps. That the sheriff's office or the property owner has had to set up a solar panel camera stand right here. So this is either the property owner or the sheriff's office. You can see over there is a house on this parcel. So it isn't a commercial site. It looks like a commercial site, but it's actually zoned residential. There's actually a house on the parcel that was damaged heavily by the hurricane. So as the work crews are trying to clean up the mess on this property, the homeless people are coming in and try to salvage what they can from this construction site. Having this homeless camp here must have been a nightmare for the residential neighbors of this area. But you can see these Australian pine trees are pretty tall, and they were right up to the edge of this property here. I'm sure this whole homeless camp brought a lot of headache to the neighbors here. Take a look at this landfill, guys. They use these for visibility while they're panhandling. So far, I haven't seen any needles, but these guys are working. We have a few minutes. You can see shopping carts here full of stuff. They use these construction vests to increase their visibility, and that creates a problem for construction workers because homeless people are always pestering them, trying to take their vest. But see if we can walk up here real quick. These guys are taking a break just to let us get in here, so what a nightmare, guys. What a nightmare. I'm sure there's human feces in here somewhere. Lots of spray paint cans. Most likely they're using these for inhaling. I don't know what the crap this is. Somewhere in here they're gonna have an improvised bathroom. So this could be it right here, guys. There's a tarp around the circle. The giant monkey homeless camp. Wild stuff out here. Thousands of dollars it's gonna cost these people to clean up this mess that these people made here on this property. A mess that really shouldn't belong to them. If you told me these were useful things that these people were using, but it looks like they was just dragging whenever they could back into these woods. And now these property owners are stuck with the bill. There's a tent right here. You can see they had a couch inside of this one. They had a couch inside the tent right here. Chair over here. There's a tarp over here. So you guys can see the mess that is what these people have to clean up now. Complete nightmare for these property owners. And this is not a commercial property. This is a residential property. And they're stuck having to flip the bill on cleaning up all this mess. See, they're even starting fires out here. Look at this, guys. They're burning garbage. A lot of times they'll do home invasion robberies. So you see a lot of stuff like this, you know, where they're going in and breaking into people's cars. So here's Carissa. There's a PS. So these people, they're doing robberies. These are junkies right here, guys. Look, they got PlayStations back here, people's insurance cards. These people are running what's known as a junkie camp. They're going in and doing burglaries and robberies, and at the expense of the community. All this destruction is at the expense, and they are junkies because look, let's look around. We're gonna find paraphernalia here, I'm pretty sure. Let's see if we can find some paraphernalia. I haven't found it yet, but I'm sure there's paraphernalia. Here it is, look. So see this right here? See how they cut that and burnt the edge? That's paraphernalia. These are needle junkies. All right, guys, so, you know, on surface level, this looks like a residential neighborhood, but in reality, it's been completely overrun by the homeless. You know, we can say for certain that the presence of these homeless camps have turned this neighborhood and the vicinity of this homeless camp into a living crap hole for the neighbors. When you see purses, wallets, people's identification cards, people's insurance cards, all that would suggest to me that this homeless camp, the people that were living here, you know, you got PlayStations, all that would suggest that the people living in this homeless camp are doing break-ins. So what type of businesses do the homeless people like to be near? Well, this is one right here. If there's a place to buy drink and there's a place to gamble, there's a laundromat. They have to be able to do their laundry. So here's a laundromat. And then there's a storage unit. Now, keep in mind that homeless people do have things like bicycles. You know, they have things that they do have to keep out of the homeless camp so it doesn't get ransacked. So this area here has all of the recipes that you would need for a homeless camp. But yeah, that homeless camp has made this neighborhood and the people that live here go through an absolute nightmare having to deal with all the crime related to it. All right, guys, so this is Kensington Park. This area was one of the first places in Southwest Florida that had sewer and water. So this is one of the first original neighborhoods in Southwest Florida. This should really be like a historic district, a beautiful area, but it's a little rough. If you guys remember the live stream we did in this neighborhood, currently this area floods heavily. You may remember the live stream we did here one night when we had the heavy rains. This street here looked like an absolute river. And if you're wondering why this neighborhood floods, the answer is pretty simple. All the development around it has left it in a hole, so when it rains, all the water just flushes into here. Tarps right there. The crazy thing about this area is that at first glance, it looks like a really nice suburban area. Gambling, drinking, laundromat, storage units. That's the fatal combination for homeless camps. If you have those things, you're almost always gonna have a homeless camp nearby. You can see how somebody left 2 soups here by this garbage can in front of this gas station. And that is in case somebody homeless is dumpster diving, they can have something to eat. And that's a great thing to do because it could really prevent a crime. When you look at this part of Sarasota, you might see apartments like this and think, oh, wow, great, beautiful new apartments, right? So that's a crazy thing about Lockwood Ridge is that, you know, superficially it looks like a really nice area. There's this beautiful area, right? Well, step on over here and enter another world. Unfortunately for this homeless person, perhaps the only memories that they had are now gone. It really is sad that whoever this person is, perhaps these were their last possessions. This photo with George W. Bush. I'm gonna go ahead and put these photos inside of this thing upside down, and hopefully it protects it from the, hopefully putting that over it will protect it from the elements, because this person's last possessions are here. Maybe they got arrested and went to jail or something, and the last possession they had were these photos, and the only thing I can do is maybe put this little cover over, and hopefully it'll keep it dry. But you can see there's pill bottles back here, alcohol bottles. You're not supposed to be combining medication with alcohol, but this is the reality of homelessness. Somebody's entire life is just a pile of garbage. So sad. This is what somebody's life amounted to right here. You know, I'm not against homeless people. I want to see homeless people live their best lives. But they have to recognize that gambling, drinking, and pills brings you to destruction. I'm pretty sure they know that. But unfortunately, once you're that deep into that cycle, it seems like it doesn't get any better. And no matter how much you try to help homeless people, sometimes they only end up digging themselves deeper and deeper into a pit that seemingly they'll never be able to crawl out of. Here in the woods is another pile of possessions. This looks like something that was recently dumpster dived and they just threw it back here. We got some paintings, maybe a Jamaican blanket right here. There's even a pillow here. That saddest thing, and it's literally right by the side of the road. So here in the woods, once again, we can see that somebody was collecting wire, perhaps, maybe to take the copper out of it. And they just have some materials here with some shopping carts. Okay, so here's another improvised homeless camp. You can see there's houses right across the street. So this is what you have here. It's just a real quickly improvised homeless camp. So this is what's happening to the homeless people. They used to have, you know, well-established camps, and now they're just living in places like this. Now there's a really awful smell here, and it's not a, there's a pretty awful smell here. But of course, always you find paraphernalia. This is where it brings you. All right, guys, so this is pretty straightforward. We got a caution sign. We got a big gulp on a stick. This is somebody's camp back here. So without a doubt, somebody's gonna be back here. Seems like it's pretty cleared up in the middle. Coming through, coming. Oh, okay, there's a tent here. My bad, my bad. Okay, we're just gonna walk away from here. Never mind. But there's a tent right there. If the camp is abandoned, we explore. If it's inhabited, we don't go near it. In the case of a camp like that, where it's very clean, that person may actually not be a junkie. Their camp is really clean. Crazy thing is that most people drive through here and they'll never imagine that hidden in the woods, and there are caution tapes here. Somebody literally drove a vehicle into this intersection here, and there's a lot of car accidents here in Sarasota. You can tell somebody plowed a vehicle right into there. You know, not only are the pedestrians not sober, but so are the drivers. Yeah, so here's another site that had a lot of homeless camps recently. You don't know if somebody's hiding, if somebody's stalking you. You don't know if somebody is gonna see you at their camp and try to hurt you. You just don't know what you're running into. The biggest problem that people have when they live in places like this is that other homeless people come and steal their stuff. So, but here you have the remnants of another homeless camp here on this lot. And it's almost always the same story, jewelry boxes. Now, you think, why would somebody have this many jewelry boxes? Why would somebody have this many purses? Usually, it's because they're engaging in some type of criminal activity. Lots of jewelry boxes. It's like everywhere you look are jewelry boxes. I mean, I am for helping the homeless, giving them food. If you've watched my channel, me and my wife have even cooked for the homeless. But you gotta call things for what they are. And in the case of these camps here, I see people with a lot of addiction problems that are hurting society, but most importantly, they're really hurting themselves by their own behavior. The biggest victim is themselves. Remember that life is beautiful. So now we're here at the beach. I actually picked up one of my favorite foods, Sam. So now we're on the beach and we're just gonna enjoy ourselves. One of my favorite benches here on the beach. And enjoy a beautiful day out there. It's a shark, it's a shark.